No problem.
Well, hello everybody. Looks like we should be running and live and all that kind of stuff. Welcome to Thursday night.
I don't have the chat though.
Yeah, it's coming right up here.
Oh.
We're running a little behind schedule. Thursday evenings is a new thing for us, so we're still not quite used to it.
Well, it's the first time we've had it on Thursday night. We've been having Saturday morning, and that's
Right.
worked out different. But we'd like to start having it on Thursday nights at 6 o'clock. Hi, Irene. Hi, Katie. Good to see you, ladies. Thank you for stopping in. I've got a box opening, but we have to figure the camera. Well, it's not a box opening. It's, it is. It's an unboxing, and I have a smart doll head, a new smart doll head I want to show you. Actually, several. Look at this, Katie. Green, hi, Ayla. Green smart doll head. This is some filament that Darren just got for the Easter egg smart doll challenge or collab that we're setting up. Very cool.
Just came a few hours ago.
Yeah.
And I threw it on the...
He hurried and made that. And of course we have the pink and the purple and yellow. So we're getting those Easter egg colors together and we'll get that collab going. It's going to be we're going to mail out a set and we're going to customize the smart doll heads. Of course, it'll have a cap and an eye cradle and all that stuff. We'll customize them and either make them or buy them an Easter outfit just for fun. Hey, Bushel and Pack, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Ayla, isn't it late for you? Aren't you usually in bed, or don't you go to work soon? So how are we going to do all this? Do you know yet?
I do not. I guess we're going to try aiming this camera around here and see if we can...
Okay, I'm back on internet. I want to try... I bought some pants. Oh, did I just move her away from... I want to try... Oh, stop. I bought some pants. Oh, did I just move her away? Let me get this turned off. I want to try... Oh, stop some pants. Let me get this turned off. Oh!
Marna turned her computer on and forgot to turn her volume off.
And my speed down. Okay, let me move this back. Oh no, we don't want all that shown.
Well, that's why I said I needed to build a little background for you. So.
Okay, can you zoom out or no?
No, baby, this was not meant to be here. So.
All right, so here's who we've got.
That's not the live view, baby. You're still on this camera here.
Okay. He's got 3 cameras set up. Okay, so let me see if I can do it this way. This is who we've got. My pair, okay. He's showing me where to look. My pear-shaped smart doll. And what I want to do is try on, I bought these from Walmart in the baby department for $1. And they look like they'll fit because I know that they'll fit, you know what, I should probably put this on. I know that they'll fit the American Girl doll. So I gotta take her PJs off while we chat. Come on. I gotta get her stand off. All right, undo her PJs. These were the, what do you call the first shot at working on a pattern?
Prototype.
PJs for Winterfest. Okay, these are newborn. I'm looking for the size here. 3 to 6 months. Let's see how they fit. Oh, they're going to be short. I was afraid of that. Yeah, I like pants to come down past the ankle. Yeah, that's too short, too baggy, and she needs to have a diaper on. Could I make these work? Let me see, where's that camera? Could I make these work?
Here you go. You can lower it down now. I've got you on this other camera.
Okay.
So back. Oh, you're showing the pants? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm showing the pants. Could I make these work? Yes. Is it worth it? Oh, that's too heavy for that arm. I don't think so. All right, but I got another pair, and they'll probably not fit either. You know, you go in the store and you see something, you think, oh, wonder if that'll work. Okay, this pair is, where's the size here? 18-month. Oh, that's going to be way too big. That's going to be huge. These will fit, believe it or not. They'll be short. Do you know my 36 and 38-inch Barbies wear newborn size clothes? Okay, I would have to really take these in. Look at the back. Look at the back. That's quite a bit of taking in. Not worth it. Okay, so my little Grogu's going to get this. I have a reborn doll that Dory had bought me for my birthday last year. And I have a Grogu that also came from Dory that, well, Ayla has one too, that she showed us how to, he was like the bust, and we added baby pants and stuff into him. So now he's a reborn. I'm not facing right. What camera am I on?
You're on this one right here. Because
I'm looking at this one. There's too much crap here.
Yeah.
I hate technical stuff.
Well, I had this idea, and then I realized that Marna's laptop sits where I was thinking about setting up her display. And so that all went out to hell in a handbasket, and we had like 3 minutes. There was no time to do anything different. So,
but those are the reborns that I have. I also have Bitty Babies. I have Bitty Babies by American Girl Doll, and I do love those. I have, oh God, what do I have? What?
Nothing. I'm just saying we
moved
off that camera.
I need those little red lights.
Red lights.
Lights.
That camera actually supports it, but that one doesn't.
I see that. Anyway, I have, I don't know, a dozen maybe Bitty Babies.
Yeah, you've got quite a few Bitty
and,
Babies.
Most of them don't have clothes because I didn't get that far. And a few of them I found at a garage sale, but I think I got most of them at eBay.
Yeah.
I bought a lot of them.
Yep.
I was like,
a couple lots, I think. So.
Yeah, I think so. And that was kind of cool. I got them pretty cheap. And then I found one for $1 at a garage sale. My first American Girl doll came from a garage sale. Didn't she give that to me?
Yep, she did.
Yeah, she did. And its hair was a mess. And I actually made her an orange wig. And she's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So.
In fact, we've run across her several times. The lady that gave it to Marna. So.
Yeah, I bought other dolls from her too. Brittany is her name. So these, was my point, should fit my American Girl. It might fit, that might fit Bitty Baby. It might. I wanted to show you something really cute. I know that Elowen and Nima are a big doll right now. Just huge. Well, Ayla, you got me. Yes, I understand. You get me. I have these. Oh God, which camera now?
I told you, I pointed it to you.
Oh God, I thought you were pointing to Ayla. So you're getting a clown show tonight.
Yeah.
The Elowen and Nima dolls are really big right now. Everybody loves them, and I have an Elowen. I bought her from Robert Toner at BlytheCon 2023.
Correct.
Yeah. And I like her, but she's still in the box. I guess it isn't that, I don't know, I just never got her out of the box.
Well, you are a box collector.
I am also a box.
So
I am a box collector.
A lot of times when I buy her dolls in boxes, I have to threaten to take them out of the box because I buy them for her so that she can make clothes for them or whatever. Not so much because they came in a box, and we always try and open those nicely so that the boxes.
Yeah, I have all the Rainbow High boxes still. In fact, that's where I keep their clothes that I make them and add for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, the LON and the NEMA are really big. And bless Tammy Polly's heart, she made this dress for me shortly after I got my, and that's Tammy at Peace Craft Dolls with Tammy Polly. I'll get it out here in a minute. Anyway, she made this dress for my LON shortly after I got her. It is beautifully made, beautifully made. And last night I was looking at Nema again, thinking about buying her. I didn't. But I was thinking about buying her, and I was thinking, oh, she could wear that dress. And I thought, I wonder if my 17-inch Barbie could wear that dress. I think this fits beautifully. It's really cute, and the print is just perfect for her. I really like it. So I just wanted to show that again, and thank Tammy Polly again, because that is a cool. Did I meet Robert Toner? Yes, I did. I bought my doll directly from him, and we talked for a few minutes. In fact, his car was parked by ours in New Jersey, and we were walking on the sidewalk. I don't know, 6 blocks or so.
Yeah.
And we were chatting, and they were parked right next to us, and we chatted. I really like the dolls, but I haven't bought any more. Now, Jean dolls, I have quite a collection of Jean dolls. I do. I'm a sucker for a Jean doll. That glamour and glitz, oh my. I had shown, what camera are we on? Okay, I'll put it back on this one for a second.
All right, sure.
I had shown these a minute ago, and I want to show them again because we're still looking for people to participate in the Smart Doll Easter egg collab.
Here you go.
You're going to hold 2 up? Okay. Get the purple up. And that'll come with the head cap, the eye cradle, hands. It'll be a set in one color or another. You don't get to choose your color. That's part of the Easter egg hunt. I have 2 people for sure, and 1 I'm waiting to hear back from. And this is a new color today, and we have my hand on it. We have another one coming in a blue.
Yeah. And
so if you're interested, send me an email. And what we're going to do is a custom and Easter clothes. We were talking about Robert Toner and the Jean dolls. A lot of them can't even speak here. If you've ever been to Puddle, the doll show, it's in Chicago, and it is a weekend full of fun. It is coming up. Did you buy our tickets? We still got to buy them.
Yep, we still got to buy them, so don't go buy them all. But it's June 7th.
Don't take my ticket.
It's going to be at a different hotel this year.
Yeah.
They had some troubles with the hotel last
Yeah.
year. They weren't real pleased with it, and she found another place, which was a small miracle. I talked to Jane for quite a bit about, we both did, about hotels and all that kind of stuff.
The cost
and
of putting on a doll show is it's terrible.
And in fact, we had originally kind of talked about going in that direction for a Winterfest or something, not Winterfest, but before Winterfest.
Summerfest.
Yeah.
We were going to do a Summerfest in Chicago following Puddle the Sunday after. And after going to Puddle and seeing the, it's really set up for pull-up dolls. But, someone had told me about it. In fact, Ashley had told me about it. QP83 had told me about it because I was getting into the Smart Dolls, and I have the Blythe dolls. And she said, Blythe and Smart Dolls and Blythe dolls have about taken over Puddle. And so we went last year. It is a weekend of fun. What I started to say is on Friday, we went, as a group, you go to Gigi and Sherry's, the doll show, the doll store. It is so fun. If you've never been, it's
an incredible store.
It's unbelievable. It's so much fun. Yeah. We have videos. I've been there 3 times. Twice now.
No, this was her third time.
Third
for sure.
time, yeah.
Actually, it might have been your fourth time.
Yeah, I bought my first Kinder Blythe from Gigi and Sherry.
Yep.
And
you've gotten Jean dolls there.
Yeah, and Trent. I got Trent there.
Got Trent there, yeah.
Yeah. So
and you had like didn't you do it by share? And
Migo share.
Yeah.
I bought several dolls and some other items there, little kittles. And you know, for what they are, a specialty doll store, the prices are not what you think they might be. I mean, I found them pretty reasonable.
Yeah, really close to what you might pay somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they have a huge selection. You can and a lot of rare stuff, which you wouldn't find necessarily anywhere else. And you can hold it in your hand and actually see it and decide.
And I think that not only did that help holding that Kinder in my hand, I wasn't setting it down, but Dory was there at that particular time. And, Dory is my Kinder mentor. So that I felt very confident spending that kind of money on a doll that you look at and you go, oh, she has seen, she was very loved, but I really wanted one. So hi, Karen. Ayla, was that not fun when the three of us and our husbands went to Gigi's? What did you buy there? I can't remember what you got there. Yes, Irene, you and Katie would go nuts there. You would absolutely love it. When you walk in the door to the left, there is floor to ceiling glass case shelves. And that's where all the high-end 16-inch fashion dolls are. Well, and 12-inch, so Poppy Parkers and Integrity dolls and all. Oh, yeah, your Dawn dolls. I do remember that now. I do remember that. And Ayla, did you not think that overall their prices were pretty fair? You're going to pay what eBay is asking. But honestly, I didn't think they were.
No, they weren't outrageous.
And of course, I'm not shy. I always ask, would you take? And they did. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I got a good discount there. Ayla, did you ask for a discount when you bought your stuff?
And they are delightful people.
Oh.
And I always have a nice conversation with her.
Yeah.
Her husband actually owns locomotives and actually drives a train. I mean, it's his, and I don't quite understand. Evidently, they run routes. I always thought it was a big commercial thing, but it almost sounds like an independent trucker, only an independent railroader. But really interesting stuff. And her brother had ridden a bike across Europe, and it wasn't just any bike. It was the old
high wheel
bone shakers, which are
high wheel.
Hard wheels and quite uncomfortable. So
and hard to get off and on.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Because they don't have brakes. You use the pedals to stop. It's, the old ones you see in old movies with the big wheel in front and the small one in the back.
Yeah.
Delightful people. And Dory has known Gigi and Sherry for, I think, ever.
Yeah.
And it was very touching to me because when we went, was it the last time we went? One of the times we went with Dory, of course. I don't think I've been there without Dory, quite honestly. She usually it is by appointment, and she usually makes the appointment.
Yeah, I don't think she went with us when we went with the group.
Oh, no, she didn't.
But
you're right.
But, yeah.
With Puddle.
With Puddle, yeah.
But anyway, I started to say it was very touching because Gigi is older in years, and she's in a wheelchair now, and she heard that Dory was coming, and she came to the store so she could visit with Dory, and that tells you something about Dory right now. She's the real McCoy. I'll tell you, she is the real McCoy. Yes, very good stuff, and I learned there a lot there too. It's so much fun. Anyway, Puddle. Let's get back to that.
Okay.
It's a 3-day event, and this is our perspective. Yep, she did come especially to see Dory. Yeah, it was so sweet. Puddle, you go Friday afternoon. They meet in the lobby at the hotel, and they go as a group to Hi, Inspired Pink Barbie's.
Renee loves Barbie.
Renee, I'll bet that's her name. Hey, Renee. Glad you came. So Friday you go to Gigi and Sherry's, and they had trays of cookies out and lemonade, and it was really cool. And then Friday night they have kind of a meet and greet.
Yep, it's a get together at the local. I can't even think of the name now, but it's kind of like a Japanese
that
food.
Was Saturday night.
Was that Saturday night?
Wasn't it? No, I think it was.
No.
Okay.
You know what? Now I'm forgetting.
We went out to lunch after Sherry's.
Yeah.
And then we went down to the room.
Right.
And they were setting up the tables. It's really cool. They have, hi, Tammy. They have, at this particular one, they have round tables that set 8 people. And Jane sets up a, what does she call it?
Table captain.
Table captain. And that table captain decorates the table with giveaways like goodie bag stuff. And each table is set up and it's all decorated and you get to take some of it home. And then they were working on those Friday night. And that's where I met Christina, who had the blue Anomaly Smart Doll for sale. Well, she had 3.
Yeah. And
I wanted the blue and we bought it. And I had asked about the other 2 dolls.
The rest of the undead.
Yep. The two transcendents, the Coco and T. And I didn't buy them. And then the next morning, Darren said, why don't you make her an offer of those if you buy both? So I did, and she took it. I must have talked to Christina for a few hours. Yeah. Delightful person. Yeah. And also Sarah at Berry Wings. We sat at her table.
She was table captain for our table.
Yeah. And we either met again, saw, or met a lot of YouTubers.
And met a lot first time and have even since met some of them, got together with them afterwards since then.
Yep.
And it was Friday night that we went to the Japanese place. It's a Japanese, one side's a Japanese grocery store basically. Yeah. And they have like a sushi and a bakery with unusual stuff, obviously. And they also had a section that was full of Japanese toys and
tell them about. I hit you. Are we off the air?
Nope, we're fine. And then there was a whole section. It was like an open air, not an open air market, but there were like stalls around that you could buy food and then tables in the middle, and we all met there. And that was Friday night, because Saturday night after Puddle, we all got together down at the bar. That was there. And had those of us who were still, a lot of people came in, they flew in, and then they flew out that night or had other engagements. But we did stay that, and then we saw a few of them Sunday morning, in fact, before we left.
Well, Sunday morning they were still partying, and they let people sell stuff on the floor. Like if you go and you take dolls for sale, you can. At last year and years before,
Friday night and
Saturday night, you can put it out on the table and sell it. I bet we didn't bring scissors, and I have an opening. Do you have your knife?
I do not, but I have. We're in my workshop.
Yeah, okay.
I can bring you all kinds of dangerous tools if you want.
I have some things here. Some of it, I don't know what it is. Some of it is for my rabbits. In fact, I love some of the rabbit stuff inside. Okay, good. Okay, you know what? I'll let you open them.
This is probably the least dangerous.
Yeah, not for me. With one hand. All right, let's see what I got here.
Do you want me to just flip you back over this other camera here?
But put it down here maybe.
Well, we'll get her up, and then we'll see if I can find a way to make this work. So So you're on now. This is.
Well, I need you to open these too.
Okay.
And why don't you just slit everything?
I'll just start cutting them and hand them to you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this one, I don't know what it is.
Better be more careful than that.
Yeah, you should be careful. That's why they do it. Oh, okay. This is far, as I have shown before. Something we're doing this year. Oh yeah, I need to talk about the Pastel Princess too. Something we're doing this year, or one more thing we're doing this year, is a life countdown calendar. We're not calling it Advent because it's not, what, religious?
Not Christmas?
Not Christ-centered. How's that? It's, here we go. So this is one of the things that's going to go in. We're doing 5. They are Blythe. There'll be a Blythe doll in it. And then something to open each day. Mostly items to wear. Isn't that cute? Little candy cane dress. I just think that's so cute. I'd like this with like white tights and a red pair of shoes. That would be cute. So we're doing 5. I'm going to open one on my channel. And then we're giving one away to a subscriber. And that'll be a drawing. In the U.S. I hate that, but I can't help it. Postage. And then the post office decided that we couldn't have China stuff anymore. How is that a thing? I don't even think they have the power to do that. Hi, Carrie. How's the shoulder? If you don't know, poor Carrie has been operated on. She had an injury to her shoulder at work. Bless her heart. She's been down for 5 weeks, but if you watch her channel, you wouldn't know it, and she doesn't even mention it. Okay, so these...
Probably doesn't want anybody to know.
Oh, sorry. I mean, she's mentioned...
Well, she's not our employee, so we're not violating any HIPAA laws or anything else. Sorry, Carrie.
Sorry, Carrie.
We only say because we care about you, and we're
Yeah.
impressed how well you're getting along, and I know it must be frustrating.
Oh, the pain. Hi, Holly. Okay, these are also for the Blythe countdown calendar. So we'll set this aside. You'll see me open stuff through the year. When we offer these, we're going to offer a couple for sale. When we offer these, it's going to be blind. We're not going to show you what's in it, and if that's not okay, then don't buy it.
Marna's already turned on the auto tracking on the little camera.
Did I?
Yeah, it's okay because you want to be in it anyway. So
these are really cool. I got these inexpensive. Well, Carrie, but it's a blind bag thing. And it's going to be well worth the money. I haven't decided what I'm going to sell them for, but I already have a lot into them. These are really cool. I found these smart doll. I had to get a smart doll. Oh, here's a head. Let's see if I can put it on here.
She can't even pick up the head.
I can't.
Do you want me to do it?
I'm with you, Carrie. I've got an injury too. Okay, so I bought these smart doll wigs. They're going to fit on here funny. I don't know.
Do you want me to get you a regular head?
That's all right. I got 3 wigs. They were on eBay. They started really cheap. That doesn't look so good in the... I need to style that a little bit. I ended up getting these. What did I pay? Like $15 for all 3 or $17 for all 3. And I don't have any short... Well, I have a couple short wigs that came with the dolls. But additional wigs I do not have. These are... And she told me they are not high-end wigs. Sorry, I was holding that down too far. But they're cute. And I really like this one. My aunt had hair this color. She grew up with red hair. She was a natural redhead. Bright, fire engine red is what we used to call it. And then when she aged, she dyed her hair burgundy. And that was like in the 50s and 60s when... That wasn't a thing then. Okay, so what else do we have? I'm going to open this one last.
Okay.
Ow, I can't pick that up.
I think that's...
You're going to have to pull the back out. Just pour it in.
I'll just be the Vanna White to your...
All right. So these,
Oh, there's some more stuff in here.
oh cool, open it up too. These are for my rabbits and their resting boards. But they're grass. They're made of like woven hay. I think it's moving. Come back here. No, it did. They're made of woven grass, so if they chew on it, it won't hurt them. And they're really cute, and they look comfy. And in the summertime, it'll be cooler for them. I'm going to save these back. In the winter, we give them boards, you know, like a piece of board. But yeah, these are really cool. And then this one, let me open this one. I showed this the other day. Are you reading what people are saying? This is really
Carrie
cute.
loves the red one.
I like that burgundy.
The burgundy or whatever you want to call it.
Aunt Sylvia. Sylvia was her name. And then all, you know, 60s and 70s, all the Sylvia songs came out. And Sylvia's mother, and you don't want to hear me sing. So this, how high do I have to hold this? Let's see. Is it showing? Okay, I'm too high.
But it doesn't matter where you move it,
moves.
it's going to move the camera.
Okay. Okay, so it has this and this opening, so they don't get, you know, like if they get spooked, they don't get scared. But isn't that cute? I am going to wire this or something, or tie it up somehow, maybe with some hemp cord or something, so that it stays together better. But I love these. I ordered these a while back. These are from AliExpress. If you have guinea pigs or rabbits or small animals like that. This is the biggest size, and I paid like $12 for that. Okay. Oh, these are cute. I ordered some stuff for next year's Winterfest.
You probably can't see it, but my moon is finally operating. Well, you can't see it.
You can turn it in a minute.
I figured out how to get it lit, and now my moon is lit in the background here. It's on the top shelf. I think I've told you the story. It said on her channel that Marta kicked me out.
I can't turn my hand to show this here. Put your hand out. These are for next year's, I don't know if they can see them. I think my hand's in the way. They're little charms with astronauts. I can't, let me, come down here. Come down here, camera.
It's not going to come down, but it's
Okay.
almost focus on it.
Okay, let me see. Cute little astronaut charms.
It really wants to focus on, it loves you. That camera loves Marta.
It follows me.
Follows her. Well, she talks like an Italian, you know, with the hands. And
So do you.
well, I do too. I knock stuff over and
Yep. Yeah. When we're in restaurants with like people, especially people who don't know him, I like hold his water when he gets in.
she moves the drinks away from me.
Oh, Irene, what a good idea.
I told Marta last time when she opened it, just needed a little tiki hut or a palm tree to go with it.
Oh, that would be cute. You know, a little bar out in front. That's cute. Okay. Yes, Holly, they are. Okay, so this is a head that I ordered on eBay. I don't even think I made an offer on it, did I?
I think you've got an offer, but I'm not positive on this one.
I can't remember. I don't usually pay full price. That doesn't say. I think I saw it and thought it was a pretty good deal, and I knew it would sell fast, so I bought it, believe it or not. I got, what in the heck? You want to open that? I won't be able to. I got a clear chaos head. I think it's cool. I would like to have a clear smart doll. Katie, do you have clear parts? Does anybody have clear parts? I know I've seen some YouTubers like Berry Wings.
Yeah, no surprise that she has.
Berry Wings has a clear, but I don't know that she had a clear head. I don't know that she did. So that's what I got. And that's kind of fun. Is that the end of the mail?
Yep.
Oh,
And it's a thank you for your purchase, and it has a couple of.
Uh-oh, I dropped it. Oh, well. Has a couple stickers. Where'd that go? Oh, I can't get it. I carry my injury. You know, oh, Darren, I can't do that. Oh, no, I can't reach that. Oh, that hurts my hand. That does hurt me.
It doesn't slow her down eating, and it hasn't stopped her shopping on eBay. But somehow the chores don't get done.
Oh, I had visions. After Winterfest. My house just, oh my God. My house is so bad right now because of Winterfest. You know, no time. Always working on that. And I had visions of after Winterfest, I was going to start, you know, little by little getting my house clean. And by spring, you could drop by. Then I got hurt again.
Yeah, we haven't figured out which spring you can drop by.
Carrie is currently waiting on a handful of things she bought from AliExpress about a week ago and hoping everything gets there. I do too. I never heard of such a thing as our post office deciding that somebody can't mail through them.
They didn't resume Canada mail till long after Canada was back at work. They just said, well, we're not going to send it on just yet.
How ridiculous. How ridiculous.
Shouldn't it be sitting in the queue in Canada while they sort through it instead of sitting in a warehouse in the U.S.?
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
We just had shipped a stand to a customer in Wisconsin. It went to Wisconsin and then to Washington, D.C., and now back to Wisconsin. So, of course, they're not.
I've had that happen.
Yeah, we've had it happen.
Recently.
We live just right off of I-70, and we're on either side of Kansas City and St. Louis, and we've seen the tracking go from Kansas City, past our house to St. Louis, back to Kansas City, over to Columbia. I mean, we want to hitch it, go out there and put our thumbs out there and catch the truck, get our own packages.
Yeah. And then we had sent a bunch of Winterfest goodie boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And we had about 6 in the mail. But we have one of those great big mailboxes because, you know, I buy stuff. And we had like 6 that day. And one never showed up on tracking. It went to the mailbox, but that was it. Now, did somebody steal it out of our mailbox? Did the mailman wonder what was in it and take that one home? Did the our local post office say, I wonder what she's sending, and then just keep it? I don't know. I'm so glad you're here, Renee. Very glad you're here. Any new Barbies lately? Anybody buy any new dolls lately? I have one coming. Actually, it is a dark-skinned. Which camera?
Which camera do you want to be on?
Oh, that one. Okay.
I can move
it is the dark-skinned Barbie. I have a couple of them already. We're here again. Okay. I have I have 5 or 6 of these Barbies between the 2 colors. I really like this doll. A few years ago, she was always on the counter next to live flowers.
Yeah, she ate breakfast with us and everything.
Dressed her, changed her all the time. I really like this doll. She has, you know what, I'm not going to be able to show you because of my arm, but she has a lot of articulation. She turns at the waist. Yeah, I can't show you. And in her knees and her hips, and her arms and hands are articulated, and her hands turn. They don't just, move back and forth. Really like her. I think she's got a very cute face. She's just a fun little doll. So I bought another one. Did you say it? Mm-hmm. I want the one coming. I think I have 3 others with the dark skin, or 4. I think I have 2 still in the box because there were 2 different. They made the darker skin twice. I'm trying to remember. One had purple streaks in its hair, and I think the other one had something different. I can't remember. They were different, so I have both still in the box, and then I have 2 out of the box. And then I have 3 of the blondes with the pink strike, and then I have this girl coming. So as you can see, I do like them. But the one coming, Irene and I were talking about this. I want to banana curl is what we used to call it, pin curl her hair. So she has tight, kind of like the Nema that just came out by Toner.
Mm-hmm.
And Irene and I were talking about some ideas of how to curl it that tight. And we'll probably still be talking about it because I know Irene. She is clever. She'll think of something at 3 a.m. and let me know the next day. Hey, I was thinking. Irene, if you haven't seen her channel lately, you are missing out. She is bringing out some dolls that I don't remember seeing a few of them for Black History Month. She and, aren't you and Irene Huff's Doll Space? That's it. Irene, aren't you doing Black History Month with Ambrosia's Dollhouse? And aren't you doing daily? Or are you doing 5 days a week? How are you working that? We have some fantastic doll collectors. And hi, Serenata. How are you? Yeah, I'll bet it is going on.
Good night.
Yeah. Thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Yes. Okay. Are you doing 7 days a week or 5 days a week? And can others join in? How are you working that? Is this up for a challenge where you're asking people to tag you in? It's good to see you, Lorraine. Really. I hope you're feeling better. Trying to do daily. Okay. Well, girl, you sure have been bringing the dolls out. Oh my God. Just lovely. Those little, okay. It's a tag. It's a tag. Okay.
I was learning some stuff too. I actually was quite interesting. You were talking about the dolls that were sold in a market. I think it was. I can't remember.
The lady was selling them, and the guy bought them all.
And he was buying them and then reselling them.
And Carrie has told the story on her channel, well, I can't talk tonight. Ink Pad's Play Pad. She's talked about the story of Cabbage Patch. Same thing. A guy bought them out and then redid them a little bit and sold them. Darren and I in the mornings on reverse sides, you know, our laptops are side by side. So he knows all of your voices. He glances over. And in fact, Jamie used to have music. She used to do lives. And it was just the YouTube music, and he heard it on somebody else's, and he thought that was Jamie's music because he always heard me listening.
I'd only heard it on her videos.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
The premiere sound, I guess.
Before the premieres,
before premieres.
And
Holly, these band of thieves here, they get together and they convince each other to buy smart dolls and stuff.
Holly's in on that.
Well, you're on that too? Well, I need you to convince
Holly
me.
and I and
that's right.
Bought the
Mondays. Well, I need you to get on I need to convince myself to buy a resin printer. There was one that came up. It's just a new release, and they've been hounding me with emails and discounts and all this kind of stuff, and it's really tempting. And I keep telling myself I don't need it because I don't have time for it, but I also want it. It's like
Holly has it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She needs to.
Yeah, you need to talk
her
into
husband
it.
does at least. I'm not sure which.
Is it your husband or son that runs it, Holly? Holly participated in the customs. She and her daughter participated in the custom. Actually won, but they both won. Custom Smart Doll contest at Winterfest, and her husband made the heads that they had worked on, and they were beautiful, but very well done. I love the gray. There was a very cool gray that they had. Do you have a lot of colors, Holly, or just the gray? I know those resin printers are...
It's such a pain to change with a filament, you can just unroll it and set it aside. With the resin, you need to get a bottle and a funnel and pour the resin out of the container and then scrape it all out, and then you have to rinse it out with alcohol and you blah blah blah. So it's not something you do on a regular basis. But
no, it's not. I would.
They're more for painting. You got to paint it afterwards.
Never mind. No, never mind. Holly, do you have to paint them all the time? Do you paint the whole? We typically have gray, black, or white. Okay.
Yeah. And I just saw, I was looking at this one, and they were selling resin that's ABS-like, which means it's more resilient. I'm wondering if it might not have cracked had it rolled off the table like your poor girl did. So.
Holly's such a trooper. Her head was so beautiful. I had seen it. She had sent me a picture. I hope it's okay to say that. And absolutely, I told her that Danny Chu would probably copy it. It's just gorgeous. And it rolled and broke. And God love her, she took some glue and some gold, and it was gorgeous. How do you say it?
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi, where the Japanese take a
golden joinery.
There you go. Tell them.
Yeah, the golden joinery is a tradition that they in Japan when clay pots or the teapots and the teacups would break, they would use basically a resin, not 3D printer resin, but the old kinds of resin, tree resin, that kind of stuff to glue it back together, and then use gold foil or leaf or dust or silver to decorate it, and actually creates value. Makes it special and unique. And Ayla, the resin printers still have texture. They're not perfectly smooth, but the texture is even lighter yet. And it's close enough that you can usually, and the stuff can be sanded a little bit and
Hi, Angie.
Primered, basically like an automotive kind of thing. It's a more involved process, but the resolution is, well, around 25 microns. It's small, so 0.0025 inches, I guess is what it would be.
Holly has a video on her doll, and it shows it. I think, don't you show it before and then after the break, and then what you had done for it? It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. She did such a good job. Okay, Irene did say yes. She is in with Ambrosia's Dollhouse, who's Cynthia. Gray head was very smooth. Okay, there you go. Very smooth, Ayla.
Yeah. And it's easy to sand. Easier to sand than the plastic.
Well,
the resin is...
you can't sand this.
Yeah, can't be sanded. But you can solvent smooth it.
Yeah. But this one, this new resin that you got...
It's not too bad.
The pink and the green are a lot smoother. I like the texture. I'm funny like that. I think it's cool. I guess because I watch it being made, and I just think it's cool.
But... It's squishy, which you can't do with resin. And this is, I don't know if Holly or anyone else has tried to print the bust from Danny Chu, but I printed this originally using the hard plastic like I use for everything else. They turned out beautiful.
Yeah,
they're really nice.
Really.
Looks really good. And we could not get it on the body because the neck piece was too straight.
I like the squishy too.
It's got that bend in the neck piece, I should say, and you couldn't get it in the neck because the neck has no give in the plastic, and we could not use it. And we were afraid we were going to break something. It might have been possible to grind out the inside maybe or change it model, but we just tried this. And it's just been...
we tried this. It's in the natural colors. We have 3 different natural colors. We have the light, a medium, and then pretty close to cocoa. It doesn't match the cocoa.
None of the colors match.
Yeah, they don't match Danny Chu's colors, of course, but they're fun. They're fun.
That's one of the colors.
Yeah, that's one of it. That's the medium. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. It's got more of a red tone to it.
And they still need to be clean. All these prints still have supports in them and stuff. That's not permanent.
I want to get this girl. I want to work on her, but I also want to clean my house, and I've got several collabs coming up. And I limped sewing today. Oh, I did a collar. Oh, when you see it, I'll probably apologize. Not my best work. Not my best work.
She's been doing all right with her hand, though. She's starting to get around more and do more, and every day's a little bit more.
Okay, Holly's telling you more about that. They bought some rubber resin, but one of the Enchantress artists said that the rubber resin really gums up in the vat. So we're kind of afraid to use it. Yeah.
You'll have to get a backup vat, a second vat. That's the other thing. Then people start they get another vat, and then
I remember when, what was her name? 404.
Yep.
Creative 404. Yeah. She had those, and she made some really cute stuff, but she would show the process, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
The harder, the more fun. I don't mean to bring this back to smart dolls, but
please do. We love smart dolls.
If you've ever gone and looked at dug around in Danny's site, there is he has some videos on the process that they use for creating the molds for the smart doll, and I've looked into that, and that I'm really intrigued by it. And if I had 10 minutes to string together, I would do this, where they take. Basically, it talks about how they make the molds. They basically have a resin printer that's printing with a waxy or a low temperature resin that melts at a low temperature. They print it out, they smooth it out, they do the final sculpting on this, and then they spray it. And I've seen videos of this from other people as well. They spray the mold, they spray the head with a carbon filament a carbon spray paint, and the carbon is conductive, and they use that to then copper deposit copper on the outside, and then they melt. Once they get a thick enough outside, they then heat it up and actually pour the wax resin out to create the mold, and then from there they pour the vinyl in there. And they set it in a vat of, I think it's like 400 degrees Celsius or 400 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but very hot vat of oil, and that heat sets it. But it's filled full of the rubber, or the vinyl. But the heat comes in. The longer you set it, the more it cures the vinyl, and then they pour out the uncured vinyl. And then while it's still soft enough, they peel out the head or the leg or the foot or the fingers or whatever out of the mold. And then they just reuse the mold and do it again. And it's obviously takes a certain amount of talent to know how long to hold it in there, because if it's too long, you can't get it out. And I think that's the issue he has with his hands, because they have to be pretty much so solid so they're durable, but they're intricate, and they have to get it out of that mold while it's still soft enough to get out, but not too soft that it deforms itself. So I want to try.
Among all the other
things.
Darren is a jack of all trades. He really
I'm
is.
a tinkerer. I love technology, and I love mankind has come up with some pretty incredible things, and it's fun to see what they've done, and to see it firsthand is just fascinating. So,
and he loves to make things. And who was I just telling? Darren built the last 2 houses we lived in. He's built all of our animal shelters.
Last 3 houses.
Yeah, last 3 houses. And one was a smart house. And he built them. I mean, we're not talking about he got on the computer and did the plans. He did it all and didn't hire somebody. And that's why when we moved here, I said, we're not building. Hi, Angie. But yeah, he did all that. And when I got back into horses, he learned to trim their hooves. And when we got the llamas, he learned he taught me how to shear them for wool. Does it all. Does it all. And if I have a hobby, he backs it all the way. All the way. I think we have some cats fighting out there.
Nope, it's I was trying to figure out what I was hearing. Coyotes. We've got a mass of coyotes out there talking back and forth. I can just barely hear it.
We live way out. We're rural. We've lived further out than this, but we've never had coyotes.
We're almost townies here.
Yeah. Yeah. We just have 10 acres, well, just over 10 acres, but we back up to farmers' fields all around. And the coyotes, when we first moved here, first few years we were here, were on our property. And they sound like women screaming at 3 o'clock in the morning. It is unbelievable.
But we don't usually hear it too well in the house because of all the brick.
You started customizing your own dolls. Very cool, and thank you. I am so glad you're here, Mammy. And I love to hear that people are doing things with their dolls, customizing, making clothes, and making dolls. Parents had a coyote named Barbara. And it makes me think of that song because they're out there singing. Hi, David. How are you? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Very nice to see you. Hi, Valerie. Looks like the crew's showing up. 2 smart dolls on the way. Woohoo! And another Blythe. No new ones. Okay. No new ones. Today. No new ones today. I got to tell on myself. I just got back, got a bunch of rabbits. I've got, what do I have now, 7? I have 7 rabbits now. And they're not set up the way we want them set up. So I'm over there looking at Nemo on my computer, and I'm looking, and I'm thinking, and I'm looking at the other ones, and I'm checking it on eBay and back and forth. I said to Darren, hey, would you mind if I buy this Nemo doll? You know, they're not $89. And I said, would you mind if I buy the Nemo doll? We'll call it Valentine's Day. He said, I don't care. And I glanced over at his screen, and he's got all the wire and stuff at Tractor Supply to build my rabbit. I was just like, oh, never mind. He's like, oh, no, it's fine. It's like, no, I don't think so.
I can't keep up with her.
Have 2 smart dolls on the way. Who did you get? Renee, what smart dolls did you buy? Or will it be a surprise for the unboxing? I do that a lot of times. I don't tell that I have it coming, or maybe I tell a few people, but it's kind of a surprise. And sometimes Darren surprises me with a doll. They just show
Where's
up.
your new girl? Is she inside now?
Yeah, I'm working on that outfit, that Valentine's Day outfit, so she went back in. And I've got a couple inside.
And we've got
Thanks for coming, Holly.
empty shelves now. So
Yeah, and we're getting more shelves up, which I'm thrilled about. I want to bring my trolls out when we get the shelves on that side set up. I'm going to move the smart dolls. I'm going to set up all the trolls I can find, which this is why I don't say, oh, yeah, that's all of them, because as soon as I show them, I find 5 more or so in the house. Bye, Holly.
good night.
And so I want to set up as many trolls as I can find. They are everywhere. When I say everywhere, they are on every bookshelf we have. They're in my closet. Well, they're in both closets upstairs.
Yep. And on your tables and
they're everywhere. I have a big mirror in the living room, and up on top is a little troll sitting up there.
Yep.
I've got trolls.
And then boxes and boxes. I'm going to tell on you now. Before, when we were setting up on for Winterfest, or deciding, we had talked about doing the studio.
Fritz is over there
outside here, and I guess about 6 weeks out from Winterfest, she said no, she didn't want to do it out here. She wanted to do it inside.
Yeah.
And so she's got a doll room, but it was orange. And
we didn't paint it that color.
We certainly didn't paint it orange.
No.
And but she said she had to have it painted. Well, it's stacked, clear full of dolls, tubs full of dolls,
Boxes
it's
full
just
and full and full.
tables under and above and below, and can't hardly, well, you couldn't hardly, there was just a path in there. So we emptied that all, scattered it everywhere else, painted it all up. And then she decided that really there wasn't enough room. I was right, that this is better. But the sad thing is we have distributed and churned up the boxes. So now she can't find anything because the boxes are.
Everybody moved.
Yeah,
I knew where everybody was.
I moved it all. She didn't, so she doesn't know where I moved it to. I didn't know what was in the boxes when I moved them, so I can't tell her where I put the trolls or the whatever. It was just a box. I moved the box.
A non-doll collector would have used the word, they would use the word hoarder. I hate that word, hoarder. David, yes, I remembered that you like those mermaid dolls. You still have several. Irene Fritz is over there. He's sitting with the smart dolls right now. He has to get his, I think he has I know he has a Valentine's Day vest I have to find, and he has a Valentine's frog girlfriend, and I got to get those. My son gifted me with my first Blythe doll from AliExpress last year on my birthday. I love Blythe dolls, Angie. They are my favorite. That's my doll right there, those Blythes. In fact, we got one taken apart. I'm working on a custom. Oh, speaking of which.
So there's Fritz, and there's the moon there. It was supposed to be fading between colors, but it seems to be stuck on blue right now.
I found the pink-haired Blythe doll that I'm going to send this out to one of my active subscribers on my channel who says they'd like to join in on the collab. We're sending them a doll and some other stuff. You don't have to use the other stuff. That's just fine. Can you put it on this camera?
Yeah, I'm going to put you on there. That camera is, still haven't figured everybody out here.
It's not a free doll. It's not a free doll. It is a free doll to participate in the Pastel Princess collab. That is going to be March 21st. And there's a group that's doing it. Some people have bought their own dolls, and you're more than welcome to do that. It's going to have a Happy Meal with it, with a stand and an outfit and shoes and I don't know, a whole little thing here. And what we're doing is we are turning this doll into what we're going to call a pastel princess. You can make her outfit, or you can buy her an outfit, or if you already have one, I don't care. And we're just going to make them into a pastel princess for the first day of spring, March 21st at 10 a.m. If you are interested in participating and winning this doll for the collab, then let me know in the comments. And what we're going to do is a spin. What is it? Electronic spin where you put the names in. And these are cute little dolls. They're AliExpress Blythes, but I have many and I love them. And you don't have to do a face up if you don't want to. It's fun if you do, and a good place to start.
Yep.
A real good place to start.
You can start light, start with a little Mr. Super Clear or something like that, and a little bit of blush or something, and go from there.
Yep. These dolls are so cute. I am in love with the Blythe dolls. I'm working on another collab right now. That's coming up the 12th. And we'll have that. Good night, Lorraine. Thank you so much for coming. Definitely turned into a pumpkin. So we're going to have that drawing coming up, and just need to know, I think we're going to wrap it up here too. Gather up our stuff and start putting some items away.
Stuff.
What?
Some stuff.
Yeah.
I got a mess in here.
Well, we got to carry all the hall stuff to where it belongs. So
Yeah, it was fun opening your boxes for you. So
thank you. We should do that together more often. I'll buy more.
it's always sad when we walk to the mailbox and there's nothing in the mailbox.
Yeah.
Like today, by the way, nothing in the mail.
Nothing in the mail.
Yeah.
With our mailbox is 1/3 mile from our house, and when we walk together, we usually talk and laugh and carry on. We have the dogs with us, and Darren, when we get there, Darren will open up and says, "Babe, you're not buying enough stuff. You need to get some more." Well, Mammy, if you want to join in with us, we would love that. Put it in the comments down below so I don't miss it. The chat goes away after the live. Like, we will upload this to my channel, but the chat will go away. But if you put it in the comments of the chat, we will see it.
Comments of the live.
I mean, comments of the live. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. I can't tell you how much it means to us. And we are going to try to be live once a week now, or try.
Yep.
On Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Central to talk about nothing but dolls.
Yeah, dolls. There you go.
And rabbits and coyotes. Thank you for coming.
Good night, everybody.